All right. Welcome to episode 22, where we're going to be diving into actually building out the API, creating the initial repo, getting it sort of set up to take in Node, Typescript, and then MongoDB, and get all of this really just set up and going. This is something that's going to take a little bit of research for me because I've done it a handful of times, but I haven't done it in like a year and a half. So we're gonna do it together, see what's going on. The Angular stuff that we've been doing so far has been all right. I have the skills, the knowledge. I work in this daily. Not too much research to get up and going. But this is going to be slightly different. Before we do that, I want to give a shout out to my latest course, the 100 Front-End Interview Questions Challenge. A lot of you guys are learning, and a lot of you guys are doing very well with it. And if you're interested in checking out the course where we go over 100 of the most common technical questions, as well as some interview prep, and do you have any questions for me section, which can help you really land those roles, what I'd say is check it out in the description below for just $9.99. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and find out where we're going to create a new repo. So we're going to go to GitHub, get us one of them free private repos, create a new one, a new repository, and in here we're going to call this video docs-services. This will be private. All right, cool. So, happy Monday to everybody. It is Monday. Oh man, I'm already ready for it to be Friday, to be honest with you. So let's go ahead and clone this. All right, we cloned an empty repository. That's what I wanted to hear. Now what we need to do is we want to, let's see, Node TypeScript starter. That's where we want to start. Looks like Microsoft. Let's see here. The main person show good end-to-end project setup and workflows. TypeScript will increase. Let's see if there's any. All right, cool. Let's follow this codeburst.io by John Tucker. I followed some of his stuff before. It's usually pretty good. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and follow his tutorial here and see if it leads us to the prompt. Let's just read the comments, make sure no one says that this is out of date or anything. All right, looks good. So we're going to go ahead and get going by seat. So we're going to cd into video docs-services. We're going to start by initiating it. Initiating the package, so npm init. All right, package name is good. Version, description. test command. Alright, cool. Next, we're going to install Typescript, TSLint, and NodeMon. Alright. Excellent. Now that we've done that, let's go ahead and paste this. We're going to install the... Uh-oh. That ain't gonna work. We're gonna install... Oh, it did work. I was supposed to do that. We installed Express as well as the types for Express. Alright, now let's compare our TS config with their TS config. You know what we should do before we move forward? Let's just create a new folder here called Video Dev Docs. And let's go ahead and just drag these into there. Alright, video docs might take a second because that's our largest repo. So, alright, so we should have... Alright, we need to create a TS config JSON. Copy. So create a new file. tsconfig.json. Alright. Oh. So let's query this. We can create this command. This will initialize the TSLint. There's our TSLint JSON. Are we there yet? Bro, you telling me, man. You are telling me. Alright, cool. We'll take his recommended settings. I think they're fine. Now we update the main package JSON scripts. And what we should see is... So let's go update our scripts like so. Our dependencies, we should have 3 and then 2. All right. All right, so let's go to our... Oh, we got to change our main here to launch from server.js. You know... Alright, and now that we've done this in our new folder source, and in source we have a new file called server.ts. All right. And now that we've done that, so we can do npm run watch-ts. Let's go to maybe I did something wrong. So, unable to find package JSON and video docs services. Well, I can find it. Let's try this. npm install. See if that does it. All right. Oh, you know what? I see what happened here. All right, so let's see here. If we go npm run a watch-ts, so this is now watching for file changes in the Typescript files, which we haven't done any yet, and then in another terminal, he says here, npm run watch-node. So it looks like everything's working, and what's happening is it's just compiling it down to our JavaScript here from our server.ts, and we have something up and running. Now I think I saw, so currently as we do it, we have to it's fine. Alright, so now that we've done that, let's see if it actually works. So if we change this to 4,000, see how it compiled there? We just gotta make sure we run everything, but it still built it out. If we go to our server.js, you'll see it's there. So nice. So we have a completely working TypeScript node server here that for the sake of argument, we can now go ahead and git stage. There's got to be a config. So we have to do. Let's go to our package JSON real quick. So we're gonna push this up right now, but oh no! Git reset. Is it git revert? How do you undo? So that what that did was push up our dist and our node modules. All right, so that's better. So what we want to do is we need a git ignore file. I always forget how to manually do this. So we need to add our git ignore so our node modules and our dist doesn't go to it. So let me just open up video docs here. All right, so. We'll create a new file here. .git ignore, baby. Alright, so we'll ignore that. We'll ignore that. Alright, there we go. So now, if we check git status, sweet. Let's just make sure that it went to our repo. There it is. So nice. So all right. So do I have Postman installed still? Sorry, just installing Postman here. Now, can you code along with me with a very basic understanding of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? Probably not for this one, man, because we're doing TypeScript, Node, MongoDB, Mongoose Express. Yeah, it's not even Angular this time. We're doing sort of the back end now. What was I searching for? All right. Alright, so while that's installing, what I want to look up is not Instagram, node folder structure. I have an idea. What should I learn after HTML, CSS, JavaScript? You definitely want to pick up Git as soon as possible. But make sure you understand responsive design as well. But you're probably going to want to pick up a framework. All right. So I want to add another list here, and we're just gonna call this API. I'm gonna separate it out. Just keep track. My list is getting kind of jumbled here. And what we want to do is initialize repo. We did that. Then we want to do we're going to want a 404 route. We're also going to want a, what's going on, Alex? We're also going to want a get all category route. Any good Udemy courses? My 100 algorithm challenge is great for you to practice your JavaScript. You can get it for $9.99 in description below. All right, cool. So if we just do localhost 3000, if we go ahead and launch this again. All right. So if we hit Postman at localhost 3000, what we should get is like hello world, right? See how we got hello world? So that's how we can tell that everything's working. So okay, cool. So we're not actually going to have this route. So what I want to do is node and MongoDB folder structure. Let's see how people are. Ive, how's it going, man? All right, controllers, models, routes, views. That sounds much better. All right. So we're gonna have a categories controller. All right, so in source, we're gonna have a new folder called controllers. And then we're also going to have a new folder here called models. And then we have a new folder routes. And then we have views. You're from Russia? How am I? I'm good, man. Alright, so before we go any further, let's go ahead and install Mongoose. Not Mongoose, Mongoose! Shit, I'm hungry. Okay. Alright, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and add a new model here. And this will be our category.model.ts. And so, two things we're going to copy over. We're going to create this. Instead, import Mongoose from Mongoose. How did we do it in our server TS? They can install at types Mongoose, yeah. That's what I was thinking. Alright, npm install at types /mongoose. Oh. I don't know why I'm saying that. Found one there. Did you mean Mongoose? Alright. So. Alright, now that we got one error, but we're going to fix that in a second here. So we're going to import schema. Alright, so if we save that, does that solve the error? Alright, so that solves our error. So next what we're going to do is, let me open up Balsamic. So if you remember correctly, what we're trying to do is this. We're going to get a category, topic, and a detail. So one second. Thought my cat was meowing at the door. Alright, so first thing we're going to need to do here with this model is it's going to be our category model. So we're going to export a class called category that is of type schema. It's equal to a new schema. How much time do you have? For what? Alright, and then in our schema, well, let's see here. I'm actually looking at this. So, I'm trying to understand this real quick. So our schema, we're not actually exporting a class here. All right, let's start here. So we'll say const category schema. So we go new schema. The first thing we want to pass in, so we're gonna have a category. And let's take in a type of string and then a required of true. Theoretically, probably a max of 100. Like, let's say 50. Not that I think we need to do that, but it might make sense. And then all right. And we'll also have a detail. Actually, a category might only have this. So all right, cool. So we've defined our schema. Oh my god, turn off trailing commas. I hate trailing commas. Thank you. Ugh. All right. So we have our category schema. Now, and for now, we're going to pretend like there's just a category. And from here, we want to export. So I'm jumping between like 3 different blog posts right now as I'm doing this. So I'm going a little slower, but so we're going to export const category. Equal to let's see here. I see, I see. What is this exporting? So export a document. So like we're exporting a model that is of type document. Let me see here. I want to see a better way of doing this. Typescript X Mongoose schema export. I didn't really like this though. This is the first one. It's a const. Share. Maybe there's a better way of doing it. Export default. Ugh. Mongoose.model. We don't really need the model. One here. Export default. Can't I just export? What's wrong with just export? Alright. We'll say that. That's fine. Alright. So we'll export that. That should be our category model. So now that we've done our model, we have to define our route. So, RESTful URLs. Alright, so my question now becomes, do I define version in routes or do I just define it? Okay, this is exactly what I was looking for. So v1. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll define our own versioning, and then as we get better, we can refactor it in v3. All right. Alright, so now we've done this for v1. Let's go ahead and create a category. Category.route.ts. And we're going to import a couple things. Alright, so there we go there. Alright. I think I might have to restart this. There we go. All right. So we have our router. We have our app. Next up, we are going to create our controller. All right, so in our controller, here we will have a new folder. This will be v1. And here we'll have a category.controller.ts. I will come back to this. We haven't built this yet. All right. So this will be v1 slash, and then we'll have a category. I will come back to this also. And then finally, we want to export const router. All right. So now that we've done that, we need to go to our cat. This needs to be a file. Category controller. All right. So remember our category model. It's coming full circle now. All right. And what we're going to do is, got it. So we're going to import category from our models slash category model. All right. And then what we want to do here is simply export callback function request response. And in here, response. All right, now that we've done that, we want a response to say greetings from our so we want to send a response back. All right, cool. We haven't used our model yet, but we will. All right, so now that we've done that, let's go back to our controller. No, that was our controller, our category route. And we're going to say const category controller. And here we'll import category from slash. And then here we'll pass in category. Oh no, here we'll pass in category. category controller has no default export. Let's do this. Export default. All right. I see. We simply define it as a class, and then we export that class. That makes sense. How's everybody doing, man? So we have a class, category controller. I wonder why we can't just export this. We should, right? And then we have test. We're just playing around with it right now. We might have to come back and fix all this, right? Alright, cool. So we exported this. Now that we've done that, where were we? Category route. Guess we can't do that. I really think that was gonna work. But I guess there's a reason they tell us not to do this. So and here we will export export default. Let's see if that works. Huh. Let's see here. Alright, we can clean this up later. Let's just get up and working. How's life going? It's alright, man. I think I might be, reaching a little bit of a limit here. In terms of, like, I've been going pretty hard for a while. So, I think we're at day 22. I try to do a live stream a day. And I'm having fun, but, you know. I think we might cut it back to an hour every day instead of 2 hours. I don't know. We'll see. It's a healthy balance between being productive and burning out. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, I gotta get this imports right. So, I mean, I can grind. Don't get me wrong. I got no problem grinding. The issue becomes if I grind too hard. And then your boy's unemployed because he burnt himself out. Alright. Yo, Code Popper, what's going on, man? I just gotta see how people are exporting this TypeScript things. So I created the model, create your first controller. So alright, so I did something similar to this. This freaking controller is going to be the death of me. So we have our category controller. And we want to export our class category controller. I already did this. Alright, so we're going to follow this other tutorial real quick. So we export this. And we're not doing anything with it really. We just want to create a test function. We're say public. We need our router still. What was our router? I'm gonna get this to work. I promise you that. Here we'll say public test. And we're gonna have a request in here. And we're gonna have a response in here. Alright, and all this is going to do is return it works. Yeah, you like today's video? Living close to work is almost common sense. You don't always have those options though, man. That's the truth of the matter. Alright, and then what we want to do here is we're gonna I see what oh my god, this is where I messed up. I think let me see here. Alright, I'm trying to pass. Test doesn't exist. It does, dog. Why are you doing me like that? I thought I had it. I thought I had it. Oh shit, you know what? There we go. Your boy got it. There we go. We passed the function to it. Okay. Whew. It's all making sense now. Obviously, we'll use this category model down the road. Oh, I see. I messed up my routes. So I'm gonna have to fix my routes. But I understand what's going on now. So here we're gonna define version routes eventually. But what we're gonna do right now is app.get or app.use rather. And we're gonna use /API/ or no slash, comma, and then we're going to pass in. Let's go to our category route. Look, boys, I got it. It's coming together. It's clicking in right now. All right, so we're going to add our category route. And then here, import category routes from all right. All right, so if your boy understood this correctly, what's going to happen is if we go to the category routes here and we hit API/v1, it's going to fire off this test. Now, test here should just return that it works. You know what? Better yet, you know what we're going to return? MFing coding guy. That's what we're going to return. All right? So that's what's going on right now. /API/v1. Don't do me like this. Don't do me like this. Come on, man. I was so sure that was gonna work. I bet it's a slash at the end here. One more time. Come on, man. Damn it. Yeah, that moment where you thought you were about to stunt on fools. It didn't work out that way. Now did it. So what we can do real quick is just console.log loads route. Make sure that's fine. So loads route. Cool. So that's fine. The next thing that we need to do is we need to see that test. We'll see if this, we'll just console log right here. I don't think we can do this loads controller, but we can do it outside. Loads controller. All right. Fires. All right, so it's our test here that's not going off. So it could be, so it loads our controller, it loads our routes, but it never actually fires this off. Let me try something real quick. No. Oh, you know, it wouldn't fire that off. Unless we actually fire this off. Oh, it does fire. See? It fires. So it is actually getting it when we click it. So that's it. So look, see how it says fire? Fires again. All right, so something's getting time. We're having some sort of issue. Oh, you know what? We're not returning a response, are we? I bet that's what's... Well, we're returning something here, but I don't think it knows what to do with it. So let's see here. We're almost there. I know what's going on. There we go. Let him know. What we see? There it is. The API confirms it. Legendary coding god. Not just a coding god. The legend. All right. Bam, son. All right. So we have our API. Now what we have to do is we have to clean up some of our some of the issues that we had earlier. So we debugged our way there. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll make a commit real quick. All right. But now that I've understand how we're defining our version routes and everything, I want to change some stuff up. So our category controller, our route v1 would be routes. So in our case here, I think our default route is going to be API, and then here we're going to have /v1. All right, so that'll get our v1, and then what this is going to get is in v1 we'll have a new file, and this will simply be v1.routes.ts. All right, so let's paste this in here. All right, so this is v1, and so v1 routes. That's fine. All right. Instead of v1, to follow RESTful standards, this would be categories. All right, we're passing in v1 routes here. So this would be API/v1/category. We have our category controller. change our routes. So server.ts I believe is good. Category controller should be fine. This should be good. Although this actually needs to get moved out. So we have V1. I'm just trying to think how many controllers. We're gonna have one for categories, topic, details. I'm gonna go ahead and create a new folder here called category. Because I imagine we're gonna add tests as well, and then a new folder. All right. So that's fine. That's fine. All right, and then controllers here. New controller. This will actually be category. And in here we're going to put our version in. Because it's going to be specific to the route, I imagine. Alright, I like that better. Alright, how do I render an array of components? I create an instance of my class component, push it into an array, loop through it, but it doesn't render the component. Are you trying to... I mean, that depends on what you're using. Are you using Angular? Are you using... What's going on? It's gonna be different depending on what it is here, what you're doing. All right, so let's save this. Let's save this. Let's save this. Let's go ahead and launch everything again, and everything's going. Zero errors. All right, so if we did this correctly, what it should now be is API/v1/categories. Angular? I'll show you in a second. Should still cannot get API v1/categories. Come on, man. We're close. Don't sweat it. All right, so that's going to stay like that. I think the issue we're having is this. There's no way that's right? Alright, so v1 slash. So here we have API/v1. Then we have categories. On both of them? There's no way on both of them, right? So like, that one's like that. I know I had this. Maybe I. See? That's not misspelling categories. That's what I'm doing. So like, if I understand what's happening, it's gonna load the v1 routes here. Oh, you're saying this doesn't concat? Is that what you're saying? So like, I made the assumption that this concatenated onto here. You're saying it doesn't do that at all. Is that right? So like, it's not gonna add this in here when I say add these routes. Because I made that assumption. That was a big assumption on my part, because I assumed that would be how it would work. Because that makes sense. So like, no, it does. Okay, so app.use API v1 router.get. What was here before? I think I got you. Okay. All right. So this is our route. Server TS, we use v1/v1 routes. All right. We do have API slash. That's what I'm saying. You're saying this should be it? This is the file route right here. We're loading the v1 routes. This is v1 route. I think I'm maybe gonna. So I know you think you're saying something to me, right, DS123, but I'm telling you, server TS loads v1 routes. v1 routes then says get this value, get this. Oh, actually, we don't want to get this. We want to app.use categories, and then we have to define category routes. I think I'm following you now. I think I'm getting it. It was a DS123 is like, this guy's a moron. Okay. I can't even deal with this guy right now. All right, so in our category route, this is going to get category controller. That looks right to me, man. Router.get category. Then is there something wrong with our view? All right. So this is what throws me for a loop. Is this is categories? So is it? Oh, you know what? We probably don't need that, huh? That's probably what's happening here, right? Okay, so now I'm majorly confused. Okay. So here in V1, we're defining our category route. This eventually won't actually be a function call and be additional routes. Now, what are we even... I see, I defined category route, but I don't have multiple categories yet. Got it. Okay, so So in our instance, because this is... Where's your main app? It's right here. It's our server.ts. So server.ts gets API v1, so we're loading the version routes. And then here, we want the router to get this, but what we actually wanted to do is we want app.use. We want to do the same thing we did in the other one. Okay. I think I got it now. So app.use, and in here, passing categories. And we'll pass in something here in a second. But, okay, I get what's going on. In our category route, we want to app.get here. And just get this real quick. Get rid of this. All right, and then this is going to category route export def. So that's our controller. That's fine. I don't care about that. We care about, what am I doing right now? Figuring out some nested routes. So we want to import category routes from dot slash v1 slash category route, and then we're gonna pass in category routes here. All right, hit me, baby. Can I get API slash v1 slash categories? God, I really thought that was gonna work. So maybe I need the slash. Please tell me I need the slash. Fuck. It doesn't make sense to me why that doesn't work. So like, oh, you know what? That might be why. Come on, man. That should work, right? All right, so let's just follow the logic real quick. File by file. We register API slash v1. API slash v1. It loads v1 routes. V1 routes uses category routes, which then concatenates to slash categories, right? In our category routes, we have router.get, and we pass in the value here. What am I missing? Slash here? Didn't work. change something over here? No? No errors? I want to get this nested routes. Try router.use in v1 routes. Oh shit, that might be it. Let's see here. If we did this. So that didn't work. What if we change that back to app and we change this back to app.get? No. That might be it. No one told me about merge params. Huh? Like, yeah, Dylan probably just knows all about merge params. No, Dylan does not know about merge params. Come on, man. Alright, you're saying I need to export the app? I need to use what I'm exporting. Got it. Oh my god. Alright, so I think this is actually right. We're setting merge params char our router to be true. I'm just doing shit now. Now I'm just throwing shit all over the place. So we're exporting the router. So in the router here, category routes, and v1 routes, we're exporting a router here. Oh, wait a second. Use the router in other files. Router.get, router.use. Maybe that should be at. We want to export router. I'm just using router all over the place. I think that's that. I think that's... Oh, man. Come on, man. Maybe this should be router. Maybe I messed up here. Yeah, so this should be... I got it, yeah, because these were adding the routes to the app. We're adding the routes to the app. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It looks... At first glance, man, I'm telling you, it looks right to me. But I'm not... Not right now, Tito. Sorry, buddy. From looking at that, it looks right. I mean, they're doing it slightly different, but it's doing the same thing. Alright, so... Alright, well, let's start by getting rid of this. I mean, we really only have these 3 files in the server TS. So. Alright, so let's close all of these real quick. We'll start on the most... Start on server TS. Alright, server TS. app/get hello world. Yes, this should be router. Alright, so we don't need this. We don't need this. Alright, so looking at this example, we want to export the router. We're requiring our routes API. So here it's app.use. Okay, so it looks like we initialize it with app.use. That's fine. And then from there on, we do the router. All right, so that did that. No luck on that. Yeah. Split up route handling. So, God, that looks like it should work. All right, so what version of Express are we running? Express 5 nested routes example. All right, real quick, I'm gonna stop both of these and relaunch it in case there's some sort of weird caching issue. Let's just see if that's getting called. Let's start there. So if I click send, we should see whatever that console log was. What? No. So it... So it's not... Alright. So for some reason here, it's printing this, which... Tito, not right now, man. Sorry, buddy. So we're using v1 routes. Are we still on localhost? Yeah, we are. Alright, so there's no way that should print. So API v1 is ignoring this categories. How? I'm retarded. I got it. I know what it is. We were doing it right the whole time. We forgot to change this to be v1/v1 routes because we moved the files. Oh my goodness. I got it now, boys. I was born a coding god, and I'm gonna stay a coding god. Alright? Alright, so that should blow up now. But now if we go to /categories, I will fix that in a second. Give me a second here. V1 routes. Maybe I don't need that. Now they're both paths are blowing up. Any errors? Alright. So that is definitely the issue. Now we just have to figure out what we broke along the way. Oh, I think it's this. I think that's what we broke along the way. There it is, boys. There it is. We got it. So we added merge params. Let's see if we need to do this. It sounds like we might need to. No, that was fine. Now let's see if we need to do this as well. Nope, that might be for something else. All right. That's good. So we defined our... So anyhow, the reason that we're doing this is one of the most common things that APIs don't do is they don't do versioning. And all you got to do is set it up one time and forget it. And then just make sure you don't make any non-backwards compatible changes. Alright, let's go ahead and gut this. That's fine. Got our controller. Sweet. All right. I think that's a good spot to end on. We got our lazy not our lazy, but we got our nested routes. For whatever reason, I just think of lazy loading when doing this. We got our Typescript project up and running. We have our first controller. We have our nested routes, and we have our category schema that we're working on. That we're going to use in the next section. So with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. It was a little bit frustrating, but we got there. We got there. No big deal. If you're interested in any of my courses, you can get them for $9.99 in the description below. Help you ace those whiteboard interviews or those front-end technical screens. But as always, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I gotta go have some dinner.